A new United States peace proposal is now drawing attention for the terms that would require Ukraine to cede territory and to sharply reduce the size of its military. According to sources, the draft calls for the recognition of Crimea and other regions that have been captured by the Russian forces and for the Ukrainian army to be reduced to about 400,000 personnel. The proposal mirrors the long-standing Russian demand that Ukraine has repeatedly rejected. The development comes as Russia launched one of its deadliest strikes in western Ukraine since the war began in 2022. The missiles hit the city of Ternopil far from the front lines, destroying the upper floors of a residential building. Now, Ukrainian officials say that at least about 22 people are still missing a day after the deadly attack, which killed at least about 26 people and wounded more than 100 others, including 3 children. And according to Ukraine, Russia had fired about 476 drones and 48 missiles nationwide, targeting energy and transport infrastructure and forcing emergency power cuts as the temperatures dropped. The United Nations Human Rights Chief Volker Turk has said that he is appalled by the civilian casualties in Ternopil. And he has said that the impact of long-range missiles combined with waves of drones used by Russian forces is once again clearly evident. The Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's attempts to re-engage the U.S. administration during a visit to Turkey did not move forward after the American envoy Steve Witkoff, expected to join him, did not travel. And Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has reiterated his call for both sides to resume talks in Istanbul. 3 rounds of negotiations there this year have so far resulted only in prisoner exchanges and the return of soldier remains. In Kiev, senior U.S. military leaders held talks with the Ukrainian officials, and the U.S. Army Secretary Daniel Driscoll and the Army Chief of Staff General Randy George met with Ukraine's defense minister and the commander-in-chief of its armed forces during what the U.S. Embassy has described as a fact-finding mission. According to Ukrainian officials, the delegation was briefed on Russia's troop build-up and the ongoing offensive operations. And in Moscow, President Vladimir Putin called for the creation of a national task force to advance Russia's homegrown generative artificial intelligence models. He further said that developing domestic AI systems was very critical to safeguarding Russia's sovereignty, while also warning against excessive regulation of the sector.
Our country must possess a full range of its own technologies and products in the field of generative artificial intelligence. First and foremost, these are national language models, both fundamental and small, for specific industries. Having our own technologies isn't the only important factor. It's also crucial to ensure their widespread practical use and achieve frontline implementation in industry, transportation, healthcare, public administration, and other sectors.